I do have a couple. What I meant to say was,
Do you?
I do.
Well, what did you meant to say?
What I meant to say,
Mm-hmm.
I got some fan feedback
Okay.
about the Tom Holland.
Sure. Oh, yeah, we do need to talk. Okay, so last episode, for context really fast,
Yeah.
we talked about the three Spider-Mans of the last 25 years being Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland.
Correct.
And we landed on, Garfield as Spider-Man, but I think we had reasons to like all of them for Peter Parker. But what was the feedback you got?
So I kind of doubled down that one of our biggest fans
Yep.
tied for top two, whatever.
Sure.
My wife, the reason she likes Tom Holland so much,
Yeah.
he's dyslexic.
Hmm.
And so she uses him as an example for her students.
I was going to say which context she teaches.
Yeah, she's a dyslexia therapist.
Yeah.
And so she uses him as a big inspiration
There you go.
for her students. And so that's why she likes him so much.
In my ridiculousness, did you confirm or has she seen the lip sync battle? Because I kind of wanted to know.
She hadn't.
Oh man, but she has now.
Notice I said she
Yeah,
hasn't.
no,
She
she has.
hasn't.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Allison.
Codified, where we come alive in the hum of every day. We strive with the ordinary. We find our grace, an exceptional average in this space.
All right.
Oh,
I mean,
well,
we all can't compete with everything.
I know. I tell you what, he's got some moves. Well, welcome to episode 7.
What's up, bro?
That's cool.
7?
Yeah, that's like as many days of the week.
So if you have a week-long road trip, you have one a day.
You got it one a day. That would be terrifying to listen to me once a day with you. But I like it.
I think it would be heaven.
I
That's
actually
why
really
heaven
like
is
it.
7.
Well, we like it. I just think it'd be a nightmare for anybody else. But maybe
Nah,
that's
they
what y'all
love it.
do. Maybe y'all, man, that'd be cool. Well, we got a fun one today. We have altered it a little bit. Texas weather's weird, and you can't really tell probably from the shot right now, but it's very windy.
Very.
And we're gonna save s'mores for another day.
So yeah, yesterday we had what was that? Dust Bowl Mageddon.
Right.
And there actually was a fire not too far from here.
Yep.
And we just don't want to risk a redo of that.
Yeah, we just don't feel like it's worth it.
Nah.
No.
So our s'more marshmallow conversation,
Mhm.
which I have a surprise for you, by the way.
Tell me.
I can't. I will when we do that.
Oh, okay.
I have a surprise for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I texted you earlier.
That's fair.
We're going to have to call an audible because I my surprise wasn't ready either.
Well, I
But,
can't wait.
Yeah. So yeah, today, big convo.
Yeah.
I also have another. You gave me homework.
Oh, that's right.
So do we want to touch on?
Yeah,
that
I gave
first?
you homework because we talked about the Rangers last time, and we were in kind of a different emotional spot about the World Championship run,
Yes.
and you were supposed to watch highlights from the season or the playoffs.
So I am wearing my Texas Ranger
Yeah,
World Series champions hat.
not dreaming.
No, not baby. So dude, the power of the internet is amazing,
Mhm.
and people power the
Yeah,
internet.
people power.
And I found a hour and a half highlight
Whoa,
that someone had edited together that basically took every game from the playoffs.
jeez, that's
It put it into like an hour and 40 minutes, and I watched that.
pretty solid.
I'm sorry.
It's good.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I'm glad you did it. I don't think I've watched one that long, but that's an emotional roller coaster to get to watch. There's a lot of excitement in an hour and a
It
half.
had everything.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
we
had
were
that
talking about it again, I could go through. It had everything.
Yeah.
It had the heroics, the drama, the on fire player
Yeah.
that led us to it.
Yeah.
But it was just.
Craftsmanship at its finest.
I want to watch it again.
I know. I actually, I think I might do that tonight when I'm working in the office. I think I'll do that.
You should.
Yeah. Well,
So I apologize. To
thank
all
you.
the Ranger fans
I
out there,
apologize that.
and to you,
And
my,
to the
my
Ranger.
good
I think you
friend,
should
my
apologize
best
to the
friend.
Ranger.
I'm sorry.
They did it for us and them.
They did it for
Yeah.
me, and I didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like a great gift from your spouse. You don't realize you should celebrate. till
yeah.
later.
We kind of didn't plan this, but we are going to do 4 segments today that all start with the letter C. And, let's just jump into the first one. That's right on cue, sir. But first, Coffee.
Oh, coffee.
Man,
Yeah.
that was a meme for about 5 years. I think that one's gone. But coffee, truly.
Um, man, I don't even know.
Yeah, where do you start? In the beginning was
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about this earlier. My earliest memory of coffee. So the little mobile home that I grew up in,
okay.
I remember waking up
Mm-hmm.
to my mom spoon being dropped, like kind of like
Oh,
not
yep.
like drop,
Yep.
but like dropped onto the
sound.
counter. That
Yep.
sound
Yep.
after she stirred her coffee.
Yep.
And I think I started drinking coffee at like 9.
Yeah, I was about that too. It was probably 10 or 11. A lot of cream and sugar, which is still the case to the day.
So just a
Yeah, purists are going to be mad at me for this because I know, like, a purist, which, like, I kind of agree with. You're right. Like, if through and through to understand the flavor of a coffee, you probably don't. You just drink it straight black. But I'm a softie. I don't care. I'm okay with that. I need a little cream. I'm like a pure hazelnut guy, always a safeguard. I'm watching your chickens. I'm really hoping they walk in front of our frame here in a minute because I think that'd be funny. We're like truly in Cody's backyard right now. A beautiful, majestic place, and he's got free roaming chickens.
yeah. I mean, I'm hearing the neighbors call their farm
Yeah,
dogs.
this is rural North Texas.
Dude, it's awesome.
It is actually
so
really nice.
yeah, hazelnut.
Hazelnut.
Man,
I'll do them all though. Irish cream, French vanilla. Oh man, even like your Christmas cookies in the Christmas time. I'll do. Oh, Snickers. Have you had Snickers creamer? I'm talking more about creamer right now than coffee, but I'll do it all.
But that's your point though. You
That's
can't
my
have
point.
them without. The
I
other.
need something in it, which right now like is milk and sugar. But yeah, it's not. It's. I mean, now listen. If I don't have it available and I still need coffee, I am definitely still gonna drink the coffee if I need it. Like I'll drink it black, but
Gotcha.
if I have the power to give it some pizzazz, I'm okay.
Do you have the power to what?
If I have the power to give it some pizzazz, I'm gonna give it some.
Gotcha.
Yeah, some extra.
Yeah.
oomph.
So, I think I'm not a purist. Well, maybe I am.
You're pretty close.
Yeah,
You're like a sugar only.
I am like a hint of
A
sugar,
hint, yeah. No, see, yeah, I'm like 3 spoons.
but I will also do it black.
Yeah.
I'm getting some serious wind.
It's
It's
okay.
kicked up.
It's okay.
It's beautiful.
We'll deal with it. You know?
Well, are you a coffee every morning guy?
Yeah, definitely a 1 cup. I try to do 1 cup only, just so that I'm not like at the end of the week just jittery from not having multiple cups. Problem is at work, we got a cold brew machine, and I'll typically I always have
That's
one.
sweet.
I have one every day at home, but then I'll get to work and it's cold brew. You want to do it again? So I'm kind of a 2 cup.
What time is that?
That's about. I'll probably get started, and then I'll do something about 9:30. So I'm doing one at like
So let's
6.
It's a mid-morning drink. It's
Yeah.
not like
It's getting me to lunch.
okay.
Yeah.
That's not.
I kind of look at it as like I'm not going to snack at work. I'm going to drink another cup of coffee. So that's kind of how I look
See,
at it.
and I'm a big. I have to have something to drink while I'm like writing or trying to be
Yes.
creative or like doing something. So I feel like it kind of fits into that
Yeah.
timeline.
I think we talked about this before, but I'm a sipper. Like I just always like to be sipping on something.
Yeah.
And I could make a cup of coffee last like 3 hours if I had to. Like I don't need to
Even with
reheat
the
it.
temperature change.
Yeah, I actually like the journey of the temperature going down to lukewarm.
Really.
Yeah. Like we could get, man, we got to talk about a couple of things about coffee. Like temperature is for sure one of them. So are you like my mom, when we're at their house, she'll like reheat it every 10 minutes. And my grandmother.
In the microwave.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I feel like
They need it scalding hot.
Okay, so my stepfather-in-law does that, and I just feel like you can taste it.
Oh, you think it affects it a little bit?
You don't think so?
Maybe. I mean, I don't do it.
Oh, dude, it microwave coffee is
Yeah.
there's a thing like
There's a
there's
thing. I don't know. I just feel like,
Like a
there's
metallic.
too hot of a temperature of a drink that I'm like, I can't detect all the flavor. It's now the temperature is like hiding it, and I don't like that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it more on the hotter side.
The hotter. Yeah.
If it's room temperature, I think I need to be a little bit. I need to be lukewarm. Bare
I
minimum.
mean, yeah. Now, what about iced coffee?
Don't do a lot of iced coffee.
Yeah, I do a lot of iced coffee. Middle of winter, iced coffee.
Really?
Yeah,
But see, I don't like a lot of cold drinks
yeah, which is also weird.
because we're talking about soda talk. Like I'm just if I feel the can's a little cold, like it's just been sitting in a room for like
Yeah.
a couple hours, that's cold to me.
That's crazy.
I wonder if that's like a British thing.
Feels like it. It could be.
So it's like a frappuccino. Is that considered coffee still?
No, that's just dessert.
That's a drink.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some coffee in most, but like those things, no. I just don't count those into the coffee realm.
So on the coffee realm, are you you say flavors, but then you're putting creamer in there,
I know.
and you're putting flavored creamer
I
in
know.
there. So are
Well,
you?
Yeah, I think we could go back to light, medium, or dark roast first before we get into like the
Okay.
flavor of the bean.
So what are you, a light, medium, or dark?
Heather always says this. I want to chew my coffee. I need the darkest, boldest. You can't have too strong a coffee. I want to chew it.
Dude, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, there's like some good blonde roasts out there
Yeah.
that I think actually taste good, but like no, I need it to be
Allison she doesn't put anything in her sugar. It is black. And then we also do dark, like dark,
Oh my god.
dark roast, and she
just
like it sticks to your teeth.
wow. I feel like it's like her and William Wallace level, you know?
It's the German.
Yeah.
It's the German.
That's maybe what it is. No, coffee's just beautiful. I love, I'm okay with Starbucks, but it's not, the fresh, when you get a good fresh, like, bag or roast of coffee beans and then you grind it up.
Yeah.
And then in college, shout out Nick again, he had a French press for us when we were roommates, and I definitely think my acidity level of my body changed over college because, like, it's so toxic. It's insane. But it's so good.
Killing mosquitoes for us. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I have a French press. I love it. I don't stick to it that much because it seems like the coffee gets colder, right? And I need it to be a little warmer.
That's fair.
So, and what about the pour over? Are you a
Yeah. Like a Chemex.
Yeah.
Chemex is probably the device I use the longest. Right now, we're at like kind of one of the higher end Keurigs just because of, sadly, convenience, which I really hate that part of. Like, morning drinks to me should be enjoyed at an enjoyable pace. And right now, like, it's just not the season for that with kids. So.
We don't even have a Keurig.
Yeah.
We're totally on the
Timed pot.
time on the pot thing. So what's your go-to bag? Like, do you have a go-to brand?
Yeah, shout out Matt Fisher. I think Voltage is probably my go-to, and they've even got K cups, so I could still rock.
They have K cups?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
for the Keurig. Yeah,
I mean, I
so-
don't. Like I just stated, we don't use a Keurig. But yeah.
There you go. So yeah, I would say Voltage. I mean, but I don't see, like, Heather likes the taste of San Antonio, and it's got it's like a hazelnut, like within, like, the flavor of the coffee bean.
Okay.
And I'm not a big overly flavored coffee bean person.
See, we aren't either.
I want it to taste like just a good Columbia.
I want the coffee.
Yeah.
I don't want the
Yeah.
hints of blueberry and lavender
No.
and
I
honey
can get
oak after birth.
I can do like a lavender latte, or something in that range, but like I don't want to start there.
But that's if you're doing that type of like
Type of drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's so Voltage is interesting because they have different roast for where their shops are at.
Right.
So
Yep.
like they do the A&M,
Yep. Yep. They work with Texas A&M to do
Yep.
a lot of their.
but like the Argyle
Yeah.
Kinsey's has its own for Kinsey.
Oh man, I don't think I've had. I mean, I probably had it when I was there, but I don't think I've thought about that in a while.
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna have to go over there.
so like Trinity,
Yeah.
theirs is Pay Dirt.
Yeah.
Pay Dirt is the Decatur one,
It's so good.
and it's more just straight
That's the
coffee.
main one I have. I'm at the point in my life where I could have coffee at 10 p.m., go to bed at 10:30, and it not affect me.
I am as well.
And that's not good.
So,
I mean, not good.
why is that not good?
I don't know. That means something's broken. But
Does that mean you've reached a threshold of dadism?
I guess.
that, like,
I don't know.
You
Like,
can't come
yeah.
back from.
Sometimes it's like glass of milk or cup of coffee. Doesn't really matter, but they're both putting me to bed at night. I don't know. I don't know if I'm that tired or what, or I have that. Maybe I have that much control over my body.
I love it, dude. I love. My mom was a coffee drinker, like
Yeah.
all day,
Yeah.
like pots of
Yep.
coffee a day.
Yep.
And so maybe it's just in the DNA.
It might be running in it because I noticed that with my parents for sure. For sure. Now, last thing I'll do on this, and then we could keep going. I would say container, the container you drink your coffee from matters greatly to me. I do not like drinking out of the daggum tumblers and Yetis that everybody has. I think if there's a picky part of, you were talking about the microwave flavor, I think the metallic taste of those containers sucks. Like, I'm a, like, ceramic or even paper. Like, I'd rather, like, the paper cups.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if the flavor changes, but I definitely think the experience changes.
Yes.
And this is going to sound,
Yep.
I don't feel like I'm enjoying coffee if I'm drinking it out of a tumbler, because
Yeah.
that means I'm on the go somewhere.
Yeah.
Like coffee on the road
yeah.
out of a tumbler
Yeah.
is not the same.
I don't even like the metal on my lips. Like, that sounds stupid, but, like, I don't.
No,
think it takes away from the experience.
Like,
Yeah.
like we have like all these like cool type coffee mugs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, every morning I go with this classic farmhouse white just because
Yep.
the handle, the way and I feel like it sets.
Mm-hmm.
It just
Man,
sets
is
the
it
mood.
sad when you break a good mug. You know, you get it out of the dishwasher one day and it's got, like, something's chipped or something. You're like, it's an end of an era.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it is the end of it.
Well, we love our coffee. We sure do.
So I didn't say this. So you're kind of a voltage guy, which
Yes,
I
please tell me.
dig. I dig me some voltage coffee.
Yep.
For our at-home coffee, we are Black Rifle people.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah,
We haven't got on that train yet, but I'll definitely have Black Rifle. Like, I've had it.
yeah.
It's pretty good. I just haven't gotten it for the house
That
yet.
that we every time.
Yeah.
We might branch into the Starbucks bag and then be like, why did we? And then back to the Black Rifle.
Yeah.
So if Black Rifle wants to sponsor
There you go.
us, hit us up in the DM.
Yep. I love their
what
concept. I,
that
love what they
means.
support. Supporting the military is pretty cool.
Yeah, I love
Veterans.
it.
That's
good.
awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Mount Rushmore is back, ladies and gentlemen.
The what?
The Mount Rushmore is back.
The Mount Rushmore.
We did it for TV sitcoms, and now we just thought this was the right time to bring it back with a new category.
I'm excited about this.
And what is it?
Mount Rushmore of candy.
Candy. The second C of the day.
The second.
I think we've talked
feel like
about
a Sesame
candy like
Street
3
episode.
times so far, which it's very clear we have like sweet tooths for sure. Which is fine. We're still holding in there. So Mount Rushmore candy.
Yeah. Do you want to? I don't think. See, this one was easy for me, so I just kind of like, oh yeah, I know, and then
And now
handed
you're
it
here.
off in my mind, like, okay, cool, I'll just
Yeah.
go on to the next thing.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, ooh, I have to make it like
Now you got to really make it.
I've got to make this public
Yeah.
to the peeps of what my Mount Rushmore of
Is
candy
that you saying you need me to go first so that you
pretty
have
much.
a little bit more time to marinate? Okay. Sure. Well, sure. Sorry. That's
Well, sure.
well, sure.
Why certainly.
My parents say that, guys, just for the audience out there.
Yeah, that was an inside joke.
Yeah.
Like a deep,
yeah, but
deep
we
cut,
will let you in on it now.
deep cut inside
Yeah.
on that one.
Yep. All right. So Mount Rushmore of candy. For those that aren't familiar, we feel like a top 4 category just is fun. So for candy, for me, I'll just start, and it's no particular order. It's just left, right on the mountain.
It's just up there.
Yeah, it's just up there. I mean, okay, so this one is actually like, it hasn't been around forever, but it's been around for a while. And I'm gonna go with the Airhead bites. Those are up there for me. They're basically in the range of like your Sour Patch, like very much a sour candy fan.
Okay.
And they're basically these little mini squares, but they have like it's wrapped in your traditional like Sour Patch type candy, but then in the middle there's this little like softer kind of like gooier white, almost like icing or something.
Really?
But
I've
it's
never
not
had
it's
them.
not gusher level liquid, but it's just so good. And like it's one of those that you'll accidentally go through the bag and your mouth is sore the next day.
Oh,
Yeah.
like Sour Patch for me, the roof of my mouth.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's absolutely in Mount Rushmore for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, Mount Rushmore is. I mean, I'm going with the easiest in
Sure.
my mind. The most obvious for me is the Butterfinger.
Butterfinger.
That, and I know that like,
Yeah.
it's not really on the popular train, but it's lasted for years.
I actually really respect that.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
It's just different than
Yeah.
everything else, and there's complications to the Butterfinger.
I was gonna bring that up, but I'll let you keep going, please.
Keep going, but interrupt me on this because
Okay.
I like where this is.
Okay.
This might be our first.
Yeah.
Okay, the complications of the Butterfinger. One, I am the kind of guy that doesn't want a broken one, so I will that
Really?
one's broken. I'll go to the next one.
Oh wow. You'll leave it if you're at the gas station,
Yes,
you'll leave it in
like
there.
a little orphan child. I will leave that thing.
Okay. I didn't think that's what you're gonna say, but okay. I mean, I get it. Yeah.
Okay, the second complication to the Butterfinger is the oh my gosh, it's stuck in my teeth.
That's what I was gonna say. That's why it's not in my Mount Rushmore. It would be otherwise.
See, I think there's a way that you look at it. You can look at it as a hurdle to enjoying
Yeah.
the Butterfinger,
Yeah.
or you can look at it as second Butterfinger.
Yeah.
And kind of pick it out of your teeth.
Yeah.
And you get like a whole new bite again.
Yeah, but the problem is you got to do that in the privacy in your own home or your car, and that's about it.
Do you know where the Butterfinger is the best candy to have? Where like the location to have a Butterfinger best is?
Where?
Movie theater.
Oh, because nobody can see you.
Nobody can see you, and you have all the time to just sit there and
You
kind of
just pick.
mess it around.
Now I'm
going to
think about that. I hope you don't hold Allison's hand with that hand that you pick out in the movies. You're trying to resist telling a really funny joke right now. I could tell it's on your face.
I'm not gonna say a word.
Okay. Yeah. So the way that I enjoy Butterfinger, because I am past the point of enjoying that like extra effort of cleaning my mouth out,
Fair enough.
is the Butterfinger Blast at Sonic. It's all grinded up and put on ice cream. So that is how I still enjoy Butterfinger. But it doesn't to me it's no longer a candy now. It's a fuller.
Do you
experience.
have issue with the fact it's called Butterfinger, but it doesn't really taste like peanut butter? Because I feel like that's in some people's brain that it should taste like
I don't
peanut
think
butter.
I've ever thought about that.
I've had Butterfinger discussion where it's
I've
like, but
never had a problem.
it's not peanut butter. I'm like, Butterfinger doesn't have anything to do with peanut butter.
No, I have no problem with that. But I like that it's in your Mount Rushmore. Yeah.
I just instantly had visions of trying to turn a Butterfinger into like a spread.
Yeah. Yeah.
A Butterfinger sandwich.
You could that actually be pretty good. Or on a s'more.
See, this is why people should come to us for just business ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, second candy for me. I'm gonna go with caramel M&Ms.
That's a dark horse, bro.
Yeah. I have a wide variety of taste in candy, and I love M&Ms. I think they're great. I have no problem with any M&M, to be honest. Even pretzel M&Ms are actually really good.
Interesting.
But caramel, I just like. I love caramel. I love the chocolate with it. I love the bite down on it. I think it's a great, satisfying feeling.
Yeah.
It's all in. It's all in for
It's
me.
good texture, good flavor.
Yep. Yeah.
Because texture, I think, comes into play hardcore with candy.
Correct. It's rich.
Because it can throw you off.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why people. Well, see, this isn't in mine, but
Okay.
I think when we're talking about texture of candy, I think that's why people don't like the pull and peel Twizzler.
Oh, I prefer pull and peel.
I do too.
Oh,
But I feel like I get hate
because of the
because I
text-
like the pull and peel.
Oh yeah.
There's so many Twizzler purists out
Yeah,
there that
that's
judge
fair.
you for liking the pull and peel, where
That's fair.
either they're lying or
They're
it's
definitely lying.
or they don't like the texture of the
That's
pull and
fair.
peel.
That's fair.
Caramel M&Ms.
Mhm.
Those are good. I don't think it's worthy of a Mount Rushmore.
That's fine.
And I'm not trying to be difficult.
Yep.
I feel like I'm with the people though that they would disagree with you, but that's cool.
That's cool.
Okay.
Number
so,
two.
So I'm number 2. Man, this is difficult. I'm gonna have to go Starburst,
Yeah.
and I know that's the road trip
Yeah.
of choice, and I would original Starburst.
Yep.
Because the Starburst Puffs, I'm out on.
Nope.
The Starburst Gummies, out
Yep.
on. I'm gonna go with the original Starburst.
I think
though.
it's smart.
And I don't mind the effort.
Now there is a better. There's the colors are not made equal.
Oh no,
What are they? Or like what's top tier of the original Starburst?
everything but yellow.
Yeah, but the right answer is pink.
I think the right answer is the dark red.
Is it?
Oh, because it's got a little bit of a bite to it.
Wow, it's all pink. I could eat
Or
only
orange.
pink.
There's-
do?
There's nothing better than a orange Starburst.
You like
and then a
orange.
Sunkist.
You like a lot of orange
Dude,
things.
I am a citrus
You
fiend.
are. And it's funny
Is it
because I
fiend or
I
fiend?
love a good Sunkist, but I was trying to. There's a couple different orange drinks at the office this week, and couldn't do it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty limited there, but I love your Starburst answer.
I don't mind the effort.
Yeah,
The unwrapping is fine with me.
But man, when you get a Starburst in Texas in the summer when it's a little gooey,
okay, so that goes to the yellow. I think the yellow is a harder texture than all the other
I actually
flavors.
think you're right. Yeah,
So I don't know if it's the
gotta
flavor,
be the dye.
if it's not if it's the texture.
Yeah. Okay. Very fair. All right. Number 3. We're cruising. Number 3 for me. I think I'm gonna go Nerds Clusters. Yeah. Yeah. I love that little tart sweetness. I love the bite. It gives me the crunch. It gives me the goo. Yeah. I plow through those bags on road trips.
See, and dude, I'm not trying to be difficult, but I
That's fine.
just feel like your 3 answers are the age gap.
Yeah.
Because I'm going OG
Yeah.
everything.
You're
yours-
Gen X in
yours
it. I'm
is
Gen
a-
Z.
all of yours are not the
Or
original.
no, I'm Gen Y.
They're
Sorry,
an
Gen Y.
offshoot.
Yeah.
They're an offshoot of the original.
Yeah.
Because you're not saying nerds, you're saying nerd clusters.
I know, but like, it's an evolution,
So what you're saying is nerd clusters are better than nerds.
Big time. I would never eat straight nerds. Yeah.
You just said you would never eat straight nerds. Like,
I mean-
threw that down.
I mean, it's kind of like a lot of work. That's actually a big part of the clusters. It's so convenient. Just pop a cluster.
Yeah, the awkwardness of opening that nerd box and like not trying to like get too much moisture on the cardboard and then like what flavor's actually coming out.
Yeah, if I'm going to go that route of that experience, I'm just going to go straight to Pop Rocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Which is not quite the same, but it's close enough for
nerd
me.
clusters.
Yeah,
huh?
nerd clusters.
Okay, number 3. I am going to go with the twofer.
The what?
The 2 for 1.
Okay.
The Twix.
Yeah. Good
the,
Twix.
The Twix is just delicious.
Mhm.
And what I like about the Twix is I eat the first one and and I go, oh man, it's already gone.
Mhm.
Nope, you have a whole,
have a
nother,
whole
left to
nother
go. You're
bar.
only halfway there.
Yeah, and you'll also probably leave the broken one in the box and get the unbroken one.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
I feel like there's judgment here.
A little, but like
I'm
I
an
kind
elitist
of maybe.
candy?
I kind of think I would probably do that too if I really asked myself honestly, but it's just funny admitting it out loud. Like I'm proud of you for saying it.
I will admit.
I think it's very admirable of
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Twix definitely. And I don't
Yeah.
get the whole like left right thing,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe that's just my dyslexia because I'm like
Yeah.
I hold the candy bar the way
Yeah.
you can read it.
Yeah.
So there's top and bottom, not left to right.
Right. Which is there a top to bottom answer for that?
I don't know. Everybody
I've
says
never
you gotta
really
have
thought
the
about
left
it.
one first.
I've
Well,
never.
It's
Yeah.
you go this way.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
never really thought about it. No.
All right, number 4 for you.
I was debating on this one. It's kind of like I feel like it's the same thing that happened to me with sitcoms where I'm like, I'm gonna regret that number 4. But like you said, we could change it down the road. I do. This one's gonna be pretty controversial too, and I think you're gonna hate that it's not the first iteration.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Hershey's bar, cookies and cream.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I bet you drive a Cybertruck.
Yes. It is rich, but my gosh, it hits so good.
Is it one of those that you can only eat like half of it and you got to come back and revisit
Yeah, but
it
that's
later?
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad
Yeah,
thing.
it goes
I'm asking.
so far. 100%. Yeah.
I
know. It's okay. We said we needed to start disagreeing on more things, so
I can't stand it.
okay. You're like I despise it.
I do
That's
not.
fine.
I do not like it at all.
Yeah. Well,
Which is weird because I love the Oreo
right.
and I love cookies and cream ice cream.
You like them
solid.
separately, yeah.
But
do you have a problem with the fact that it's not the original a little bit too?
No,
Okay.
because I can do the almond Hershey and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's not that. I really just don't like it.
Okay.
But okay. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
In the cookies and cream,
Yeah.
is it like a cream chocolate or is it white chocolate?
I think it's white chocolate.
I don't like white chocolate.
Oh, I love white chocolate.
So that might be where it is. Yeah. No, I'm not a white chocolate fan.
Yeah.
Man, you're so off the beaten path on this.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can I throw?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're not going to be able to agree or disagree on this, and I love that.
Okay.
Okay. Number 4 for me is a curly whirly.
Wow, yeah. I don't. You're right.
I was in London.
Okay.
Weren't you?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Did I tell you about this?
No, but I did see these when I was over there last 2 years
a
ago.
longer
Yeah.
stick,
Yep.
and it's chocolate and caramel that's twisted together, but there's gaps in it, almost like a twisted pretzel.
Yep.
So a curly whirly. When I was a younger teenager over there, had one. Delicious, and it's a weird thing to have just chocolate and caramel in a candy bar type form.
Yeah.
But I will shout out to Hey Sugar in Roanoke.
Yep.
They import them.
I didn't know that.
They do. They don't import a lot of them.
Curly whirly.
But you can catch the Hey Sugar in Roanoke.
You know, my sister used to work there. I'm going to ask her if she remembers those.
Dude,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, delicious.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do know what you're talking about because we did a bit over there and had to go through like the difference between American and British candy. But I didn't try one, so I'm gonna have to try to find one.
I'll see if I can find one for you.
But the concept of caramel and chocolate together, I think I am very much in agreement on that. Since my M&M answer.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Do you have an honorable mention?
Yes. And I actually was debating whether I was going to say this, but now you gave me the opening. I'm going to replace. I'm gonna do it right now. Re-chisel the rock face. I'm gonna move
Boom goes the dynamite.
cookies and cream Hershey to honorable mention.
Thank God.
And I'm gonna put the Lindt chocolate ball in. Yeah. Why did I not think of that?
Oh man.
And I mean, like, honestly, it's all of them. The answer is all of them.
Oh yeah.
The classic, the white chocolate, the caramel, like all of them. I don't know what it is about those bags of I would love to go to their factory.
When I have one, I feel like royalty.
It's probably made in like podunk somewhere weird, but like they make me feel like a royalty.
Somewhere in South Dakota.
They make me feel like royalty when I yeah.
It feels like a finer
so
time.
Yes.
Like we're in a finer time.
Yeah.
And I'm in the finer things club.
Let me put Lindt ball.
Have you ever done the thing where you
squeeze them out?
No.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say where you put it in a cup and then pour coffee over it.
Oh no, but that sounds amazing. I've dipped one, but that's like kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Would you just let it melt and be a part of the coffee?
Yeah,
that actually sounds great.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the problem is I put 3.
Just a little snowman of them. You dip and melt a little bit so you can stop.
I don't know why I didn't think of those earlier, but yes,
my
I'm putting them in. I think you agree with that.
I'm a huge fan of
Cool.
that.
All right.
Good
Well,
talk.
there we are. Okay.
So one of the things that here on Codified, we think everything can be codified.
That's right.
But we've kind of geared more towards the lighter things of life.
The lighter things.
But we're getting a little older, sir, and let's talk community.
Mm-hmm. We took some feedback that like, hey, let's remember that sometimes there's some more serious conversations to be had. Mm-hmm. So we said, all right, with this one, we want to talk about community, and really what it surrounds is, what is your responsibility? Like, what are you called to be in the community you're a part of? Because that looks very different, and I like this conversation because it's like very different on stage of life.
Yeah.
Locationally, not just geographically, but locationally. Like, Are you in the city? Are you in the suburbs? Are you in the country? So, there's probably a lot of places we could go with it, but I think we'll probably stick to where we're at right now in our lives, which you're clearly in the country, part of North Texas, smaller community, but a large, smaller community, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm in the suburbs and quite the heart of Dallas-Fort Worth. So do you want to, what's your reaction to that question of what's your responsibility in community?
Yeah, I think that's a difficult question to ask depending on who you are.
True.
And what your version of community is. Like we have, a lot of times us being in the church world a lot, we hear the word community and we think like small group discipleship, doing life together all the time. And so I think that kind of has not a jaded negative, but like a lens that goes over how you view that. But where I am right now, community to me that I enjoy is when we go to middle school basketball games or high school track meet, and I'm sitting. It doesn't matter where I'm sitting. I end up sitting around people that I enjoy talking to.
Yeah.
And they may not be people that I normally sit with. Maybe the first time I've sat with them, but then I know their kid's name. I'm cheering for their kid almost as loud as they are.
There you go.
Right? I know all these kids. I'm high-fiving them, cheering for them. But then I'm watching these other people that I didn't really even know that knew my kid, and they're cheering for him really loud.
Yeah.
And to me, that is community. That might be a stage of life thing with our kids being in, middle school, high school sports. But for me, I've said the next 5 graduations from Decatur High School will be very hard for me because I'm going to know
so many
in the next. And to me, that's what community is.
Yep.
Or that's the part of a community that I'm enjoying right now. But so that's my question to you is can you, we're in that slightly rural, we don't live that far apart.
Yeah.
But can you have that type of community experience, do you think, where you're at?
You probably could. I'm in a different stage of life. So I think you could. But I think the key to this whole conversation is just being intentional. Like, there was a season of my life, like in the last neighborhood we lived in, like, I'll completely be honest on this one, didn't know my neighbors' names. Like, I was that lazy. I might have known one neighbor.
Interesting.
And like when I come over here, every single neighbor, even the new one, I feel like within a week you've met them, you've gone, like, you've been very intentional. I think that's really cool. And so when we moved a few years ago, I was like, we got to do better. Now, still on work in progress, but like it's like look after one another. Like they're not, it's just, I think it's very easy today to like really focus on your nuclear family or household or whatever it is and not really look outside yourself. And I think it doesn't really matter what you believe, but just that people are human. They have, things going on, and not everybody like even wants to just be BFFs or anything like that. But it's just, I think, a decency to say, I'm here. Like if you need something, if, like keep an eye out for me, I'll keep an eye out for you. Like I think there's something really basic there that should happen, and I've had to like actively work to get there. And I hate admitting that because I grew up with a family and parents and grandparents that like we started this whole podcast talking about being front porch people, and I think I got away from that for quite a bit. And a little bit of that I think comes with the climate of how our like the society has painted pictures of pitting kind of different groups against each other, whether that be income, levels or what your background is or what you believe. And I really hate that. I think that stinks.
I think it's a really good point you make that I think everything, I hate to sound like a boomer when I say this, but it does seem like a lot of, I don't want to say talk, but like a lot of the narrative is trying to categorize people.
Yeah.
Like I got to place you in a category.
Yep.
I got to place you in this bucket. Everybody has to have a bucket. And then once you're in your bucket, like you can't really break out of your bucket because you're this, right? And I think that then puts us on islands.
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, the front porch versus back porch. Everybody used to sit on the front porch and wave to everybody. And now nobody has a front porch.
Well, I even drive through my neighborhood, and there's days where I'm like, do people live here? Like, you don't see anybody. Like, you see people, but just for the amount of houses that are in my neighborhood.
And cars.
Well, no, not even that. I'm like, where is everybody?
Oh, my God.
I think it'd be hilarious if we're like, hey, everybody, 6:30 every night, we're just coming outside for 10 minutes. I think it'd be so cool.
Dude, that would be also a creepy way to start a movie.
Maybe, but sure, actually, probably. But I just love this idea that maybe Saturdays at 11 a.m., do your best to get outside. It'd be so cool.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
See, then the watching out thing came into play even yesterday. Our neighbors, they actually moved from right down the road from you.
Yeah.
And she is constantly texting Allison like, hey, there's a hawk outside. Watch your chickens.
Yep.
Hey, there might be a fire. Are your sprinklers on? Like, there is that watching out for you.
Yeah. And I go even deeper to the community, like you said at the start of this conversation. When you think of community and what it probably really means is your inner circle, the people you do life with, and that could be a variety of different ways. But typically, that inner circle has probably got similar interests, similar views as you.
Yes.
And I challenge myself and everyone to expand that view of community to where just because I don't agree with you, and I'm going to even go as far to say I'm going to bear with me, I don't even like you that much. We have no interest. There's those people. And I genuinely struggle to interact with you. You're still part of my community. I still have a responsibility to look out for you. I still have a responsibility to be I'm going to go the extra effort and try to be intentional with conversation and take interest in your life, even though we have no overlaps whatsoever.
Right. And I think, and I don't want to preach here, I think we have to start trying to find the commonality instead of seeing the difference.
But I mean, I think that's my point. There is commonality because we're human. That's all you need. Is kind of my point.
Well, and so but I would even start to say this sounds so cheesy and it's probably so Texas.
Yep.
But I would even say I just got a whiff of food.
Yeah, I'm smelling somebody grilling.
What was that?
It smells good.
I said Texas and I smell food. Yeah. But the idea that okay, I get what I'm about to say here is so stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, it's totally Friday Night Lights. But hey, we're all Decatur Eagles.
Yeah.
Right? So even sitting in the football stands, we're all this.
Yep.
Or it's more than, I think you can see more than just we're human.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say to minimize that.
Yep.
But that, I don't know, man. I think that I'm not saying everybody has to run for school board or city council or any of that stuff, but there is a concept too. And you ask the questions, what is my responsibility in my community or my role? I think it is to serve. And that doesn't come from a Christian standpoint.
Yeah.
That comes from, I think that you live in that area or you live with those people. They're your neighbors or they're the people that your kids go to school with. How do you find ways to serve and be a light and be a positive? So even if it's, Lincoln's, about to start the kindergarten conversation, are you a watchdog?
Yeah.
At the school.
Yep.
Are you the crossing guard?
Yep.
Right? That every kid that you try to high five or nux every kid as they walk by just to be a lighter part of their day.
Yep.
I think if more people tried to do that, I think our communities would be better, but I can't place on it everybody.
Yeah.
So the conversation of what's my role, that's what I try to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's as simple as we were at the playground the other day, some friends, some kids getting a tussle. There's no parents around for the kid. They were not our kids or our friends' kids getting in a fight. We went over to break it up, tried to, find the adult. They were nowhere to be around, which was questionable of why, like what you checked out.
Yeah.
But it's like, so many times you see things happen in public and people just kind of stay in their corner. And it's not even that they probably like didn't see it. It's just this like inaction.
Not my problem.
This lack of action. Yeah, just not my problem. Like it didn't affect me, so I'm not going to go enter myself there. And sometimes you should stay out of it. But I'm amazed that it stinks that we've slid into that place where it seems to take a lot of extra effort to just look out for one another. And try to even just like change your habit, your daily routine to maybe cross paths with a few more people that you normally wouldn't. Like even going to the grocery store.
Is that because everyone's so guarded? Like because there's and cynical that like everybody's like, well, I'll just stay in my shell or bubble or area because that way no one can even assume negative intent.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just easier. So
man, see that? Well, to go to the next topic.
Yeah.
Because
it comes out of this.
Yeah. I don't know how to transition to this. I had a very professional broadcasting segue last episode, and my segues have been terrible this episode.
Well, let me help you with it. I mean, one of the ways you talked about getting involved in your community, well, and then you talked about sports is coaching.
Yeah.
And you're quite active.
Yes. So there's a history to this.
Okay.
And not to just put Cody on the couch, right?
Yeah.
But the history is I did the whole sports thing growing up, and then did the select sports thing and the travel teams and everything being real expensive, and even spent time in different countries as a young teenager, middle-aged teenager, doing all that stuff. The whole grind of 8 practices a week and all that stuff. In that, my mom was also the girls commissioner for Denton soccer for like 8 to 10 years. I was young.
Yeah.
I don't remember. But so the idea of just like coaching my kids, I wanted to be involved. And so whatever they did, they didn't have to play soccer. That wasn't the thing. Whatever they did, I was going to help coach. So like Tate played baseball. So I'm, assistant coaching playing for baseball, even though you don't want to see me throw a ball. But I play with my feet for a reason. But so yeah, it was like I always be involved. But if I'm going to be there anyways, I might as well be helping, right? And then but that evolved to a few years ago. I won't say a few years ago, 8 years ago. I jumped on the commissioner bandwagon for soccer, and I felt like I was serving my community. But I went a step further because I'm psycho, and decided like I don't really like how this league is going. Let's go start our own league. And so 3 years ago, me and a friend of mine, we went and started our own soccer association with the whole concept of a great player experience, parent experience, coach experience. And it's a developmental league. So we take practice serious and games light. And we wanted people to get back to, when they go out onto the field on a Saturday, to enjoy being out there. So we don't have any ref issues. We don't have any screaming parent issues, a very tight code of conduct thing. And we went from 125 players in our first season to 400.
Nice.
Very fast. To we had 98 coaches.
So good.
In our last season. So it grew dramatically.
Yeah.
But the whole idea was we're serving.
Yeah.
We're serving our community. So that leads to the whole coaching thing. Because what happened to you, sir, last week?
Yeah. Yeah. Stepped it up. I mean, so Lincoln's entering T-ball, first sport. I mean, he technically did soccer like, I think he was 3. It was way too soon.
Can barely walk soccer.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're like, parents are just out on the field just making sure nobody gets hurt is really all that was. getting some energy out. But this was like the first, like, all right, let's really step it up. He's got some school buddies that the dad's the coach. But, like, I walked into it, my quick, like, childhood background is, you know, I played soccer as well, and my dad was always coach. And I love that. I think it instilled a lot of that, like, drive in me, that accountability in me. I thought he was really good at, like, not playing favorites. Honestly, he probably was more harder on me than playing the favorite card. I love that. I feel like it taught me a lot of life lessons. And so, but I didn't walk away from it like I will be the coach of my kids' teams. I just didn't. Yep. I felt like it was going to be a case-by-case situation and let the kid kind of drive the moment a little bit.
That's
and
wise.
The circumstance and the, you know. So this season, I said to myself, okay, I'm not going to push or like just stand up immediately to volunteer to help. Sure enough, first practice, walk out there. I happen to have my glove with me, and coach was like, need some help. You in? I'm like, yeah, man. And I'm pumped. Like, it's just cool to be out there. And honestly, it's really goes back to that community topic of like, there's some other kids out there. Like, I don't know their stories. I don't know how, you know, there's a lot of parents out there too, but you're just like, I don't know what kind of attention you get at home. I don't know what background you come from, but it's just cool to see them all out there and give, you know, some fun training and fun and some intentionality to time.
Encouragement.
Yeah, and encouragement.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I had so part of being a commissioner was I coached Ellie's team because she wanted me to coach. So like if that's going on, yep, that means you're probably doing something good.
Yep.
But then the other one was if there's not a coach, maybe you get volunteer distribute. Yep. And I did for a little 7-year-old team.
Wow.
Dude, I had a kid that he was always late for games and practices, and he was like, "Yeah, my parents wouldn't quit playing Fortnite."
Whoa.
Yeah.
Buddy.
So like,
oh man,
like we're there, right?
I mean, I hate
we're
that.
Absolutely there.
And I'm not like judging. I am not perfect, and I'm figuring it out too. But I just think, man, there's so if you just the coaches that are good, I feel like they make such a big difference in kids' lives, and even at an older age, I feel like, you know, coaches like life coaches and things that I think adults can have in their lives, or even adult leagues. Coaches can go so far. When it's a good coach, it goes so. Honestly, when it's a bad coach, it goes really far too.
You have an impact that you don't quite grasp.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm actually looking forward to the fact that like my kids are now playing school sports.
Yeah.
And I'm not the coach.
Yeah.
I get to play one role in their life now, and I like that.
Yeah.
I liked that it had its season.
Yeah.
And so, and it doesn't matter what sport they play. I mean, I just like to watch my kids do their thing. But I think for me, part of it goes to, I know we're talking about coaching. This is totally different, but I know that you're like this. This is not the candy we're going to fight over. Mm-hmm. But I think part of it is like, I don't feel like I have to be my kid's coach. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm a dad that wants to be in the mix.
Yeah.
So I was always if there's kids in the pool, I'm going to be in the pool playing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And that has a shelf life.
Yeah.
Because when you're
very hands-on
when
with
your
the
son
activities
is 16
of what your
with
kids
his
are doing.
16-year-old friends, they don't really want dad in the pool wrestling with them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But up until, so for me, it was always sad when I would look up and it's like, our small group is at someone's house, mm-hmm, and I'm the only dad in the pool playing with,
hanging out with
playing
everyone.
basketball or volleyball with them or hanging out or whatever, and the other dads are just sitting on the sidelines. Mm-hmm. Man, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
And so I think there's more to the coaching side, at least with littles, of like being a mix in the community. Like, mm-hmm, how can I be positive? This now, it obviously we're avoiding the topic of like how coaching in youth sports can go too far.
Right.
We're not having that discussion.
No.
But I think and I feel bad for dads and parents that like they just can't, like their jobs don't let them and they want to, because I think that probably exists more than we realize.
One part of you, though, that's very admirable that I'm impressed with is, like, you are willing to coach and be commissioner of things that your kids are not directly involved in. And I'll be completely vulnerably honest that I don't know if I'm there. Like, the idea of continuing to serve in that way. And that's pretty freaking cool that you do that.
Man, thank you. This goes to a little bit bigger of a topic.
Yeah.
But I find so much value in seeing any kid do great.
Yeah.
And encouraging them. And so, like, even still, somebody has joked around that I just want to be Decatur's uncle.
There you go.
Like the ridiculous, stupid, cheesy, but encouraging uncle. And so, like, you said it though, man. You were talking about community. It's like everybody does have a story. Yeah. Everybody does have that thing. And so for me, if it's just this moment, this blip in time where I can be like, hey man, this is what we're trying to do. Hey, great job.
Yeah.
You did that. Well done. And then be happy about it or feel like they accomplished something. Kids have it way harder than we did. Mm-hmm. Kids don't just get to play anymore and stuff. And so,
yeah.
But I think people need to take responsibility of their community.
Mm-hmm.
And my view of that was I didn't want to get into the politics of school boards or mm-hmm. city council or anything like that. But I knew that I could have a positive influence through the skill set that God gave me. In this way, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And so, and it, you know, and I know like there's other people that are doing that too.
Yeah.
It's not like, I'm not saying, ooh, look at me. There's other people that are doing, I mean, it takes every one of those coaches are volunteers, man,
yeah.
you know, and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I think what I think, Cody, is I think you'll get out there and you'll realize that like
mm-hmm.
encouraging all the players
yeah.
and seeing them get a hit or do something great or make a catch is just as thrilling as watching your own kid.
Yeah.
And you're like, I want to do this more.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited for the journey. I'm excited. I cannot stand reffing. I'll tell you that. I lost a lot of there's just a lot of frustrating times reffing youth sports, so I'm looking forward to coaching now. It's going to be fun.
It's a blast.
Yeah.
I like it. It does have a shelf life.
Yeah.
It does.
For sure.
Everything has a season on that.
Well, shout out to the coaches, to the good ones.
All the volunteers, man. Shout out to all the volunteers that put in time through that.
Yeah.
Especially when everything, never mind. It's a soapbox for another time.
I love it. Well,
I'm sorry.
This has been a good app. This is good. We had a good fun start.
Yeah. Hit us up with a candy that might be in your Mount Rushmore that we don't know about.
That's right. Yeah.
Because we want to try.
And then, let us know. Give us some thoughts of ways you could be impactful to your community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe something we don't see.
I mean, we didn't even scratch the surface, but for the sake of codifying a conversation, I think we did a good job touching it a little bit there. So,
dude, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, it's been great.
Good to see you.
If you made it to the end, you either skipped ahead, and I don't approve of that, or you did make it, and we appreciate you greatly. Thanks for riding with us. We'll see you out.
Yeah.
Codified, where we come alive in the hum of every day. We strive with the ordinary. We find our grace, an exceptional average in this space. Through morning dew and twilight's haze, we navigate these muddled days. From heartland fields to city lights, we walk the road through days and nights. Every moment, a chapter new, with voices bright and stories true. Listen close and you will find the beauty in the common kind. Codified, where we come alive in the hum of every day. exceptional, average in this space. Every moment a chapter new, with voices bright and stories true. Listen close and you will find the beauty in the common kind. Codified, where we come alive. In the hum of every day we strive. With the ordinary we find our grace, and exceptional